Sometimes.
So I'm an expert in resurrection belief. According to Jewish burial traditions, which I'm an expert in, what I am an expert in is codicology and paleography, how we date manuscripts based on handwriting style. My expertise is what we call extra canonical gospels. I'm an expert in Roman crucifixion.
So, wow. Well, I think I fucked that up, but that's okay. We're here.
That's a lot of expertise this guy has.
He's very very well read. If you ask him. That is Jeremiah J. Johnston. Apologist extraordinaire. But that's not we're not doing any of that today. This is Ibrit, where we read text from the Hebrew Bible. Because that's fun. So here we are. I am joined this week by my friend Rabbi Chana, the Rebel Rabbi, and I have applause here somewhere. So there we go. How you doing, Hannah?
Please, no applause, just throw money.
Oh, yes.
I'm
yes,
doing
throw
great,
money.
Actually. I'm doing much better than the last time we spoke. So I'm doing
Yes,
good.
which is awesome. So I had asked Rabbi Chana if she could fill in when I had a late cancellation, and she said that she was recovering from all the root canals. So I was like, oh yeah, that sounds bad. But you're better now, and you're much happier.
I'm absolutely better, and I'm here, much happier.
That's great. That's awesome. All right.
And
so,
Rabbi Chana learned something.
Oh,
I got my iPad
dentist?
instead of printing out.
Oh
pages.
no, okay.
instead of printing out all those pages, for those of you who have been here when I've been here, I go through and I write tons of stuff, and occupational habit, and these are you can see all of these are from previous episodes of like 30 to 40 pages, and then I realized I have an iPad and I could just put it on my iPad instead of printing it all out.
Which is awesome. I mean, I think that's what I'm. I use my iPad for all the things here on the YouTubes. So it's a great little tool to have. And it saves you from wasting money on paper and ink and things like that. So that's awesome. So
absolutely
way to go. Let's say hi to people in the chat. Cenk Iger is here. Enough. I am not listening to any more. I don't know what do you know what Pitpoot is? I don't know what Pitpoot is. Something to any more of this Hebrew something. Let me know what Pitpoot means. But he's not listening anymore of this Hebrew Pitpoot.
I'm not sure. I'll be honest. Well, I get it. I wish I knew what it was. My conversational, as you guys know, I can read and I understand most of the time, but some conversational Hebrew not so much. And my speaking of it, for those of you who are new, is terrible because of my deafness. I had to learn by reading, and I still am working on my pronunciation.
See, I'm same. I can read some. I can read the modern Hebrew a little bit, but not great. And speaking, no, just not at all. Good to see you, John. And here is Jason Hare from Hebrew Cafe. I was never here. Finally, some Hebrew and not a boomer coded rant from Dr. Davis about how much he hates Gen Z. It's true. It's fair. That's fair. Good to see you, Prixie. Leila Tov, Eric, and
Leila Tov.
it's how many goddamn things is Johnston an expert in? Because I only see one thing he's an expert in. Absolute bullshit. Ha ha ha. It's very true. So he's very extra about the crucifixion, says Noise Ending, one of my budding Hebraists. Prixie Purple asks, if I failed Hebrew 1, can I still sign up for Hebrew 2? Absolutely. So, and I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't actually fail it, because I mean nobody was actually grading anything, so it's totally fine. But yes, for those who were in my Hebrew 1 class, the Hebrew 2 registration for Hebrew 2 is now open over at digitalhammurabi.com. I haven't put it in the link for this stream, but maybe I should. I think you know where to go. So yeah, go sign up. Good to see you, Triceratops and Hypatia and GWAR13. So, but welcome. And I think now we're just going to get into this. The text we are reading tonight, we are continuing, and we're probably going to finish it because it's not very big. The story of the Baal Peor incident, according to Numbers 25, and we started reading this story because originally I had planned to read it with Dr. Jordan Jones, and then have him come on and talk about his work in this text for his PhD dissertation. So we did all that over the last couple of weeks. We didn't actually finish reading the text though. So that's what we're going to do today. And I think just for those of you who are new here, you've not seen the stream before, this is the show where I and a good friend of mine get together and read Hebrew text. We translate the verses, we parse the verbs, point out some interesting textual features, and just generally nerd out about what's going on in the text. So that's what we'll do tonight. Do you want to start, Hannah, or do you want me to start? And
Sure.
I think
I'll start.
I think because verse 10 is basically like, maybe just read verse 10 and 11 together.
Yeah, I can do that.
That's okay.
Yeah, because it's just.
That's it.
So we're gonna start at 25:10. By Debayar Adonai El Moshe Lemor.
Oh, sorry, I got to get my cursor going.
You know,
here
it's just,
while you translate it.
Oh,
or while you read or translate or verse 11. I don't know. Do it however you want.
Just means like now. Yeah, this just means now Adonai spoke to Moshe saying. That's it. It's and the Vadebar is the Vav consecutive, the plus imperfect of to speak, Debar, third masculine singular. And he spoke, you know, the root being Deber. It's like a narrative past tense, like converted imperfect, kind of a, you know, normal biblical storytelling trope is, you know, thus says the Lord, or thus saith the Lord, or the Lord spoke to. And let me go down, because you know me, I have lots of notes I always write. So let me get down to 11. Okay. Phinehas ben
You didn't have any
Eleazar
notes
ben
on verse
Aaron
10, did you?
HaKohen.
Sorry.
Oh no, I always have notes on all of them. I have so many notes.
On verse 10 too. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I always have stuff on everything. But you know, that's like I said, it's occupational hazard. Okay.
Of course.
Now we're on to 25:11. Phinehas ben Eleazar ben Aaron HaKohen Heshiv et Hamati Ma'al ben Bnei Yisrael Bechano et Kinati Bek. See, I can get this up here now. Haha, look at that. Betocham Belo Kiliti et Bnei Yisrael Bekinati. So like
nice.
Phinehas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, has turned my venomous anger from the children of Yisrael in his being zealous with my zeal in their midst so that I did not finish off the children of
Mm.
Israel in my jealousy or in my anger.
Nice.
So what I really like, we have the lineage formula, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, establishing that priestly legitimacy. And it's not incidental that we're seeing this kind of priestly legitimacy, because it's kind of through this almost by violence that we're seeing priests kind of show their worthiness. Let's see, where's my, come down here, where's my, come down here. And we have the Heshiv, the Hifil, perfect, completed, like causative action. And Kiliti, the Peel, perfect, intensified, like potential destruction. That literary structure of like this being kind of almost reinterpreting the previous violence as like, this is justified violence. This is violence that has like the divine stamp on it as being something that is good. What else did I have?
Did you?
That's the nouns. Oh, and the Heshiv is like to return, to turn. I'm sorry?
Did you parse Kiliti?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, okay.
The Heshiv is the Hifil perfect of to like return or turn. That's the third masculine singular. He caused a turn back, or he turned back. That Hifil being the causative, not passive. Phinehas here is actively like reversing divine wrath by doing this. And then, hold on, there's my the PL perfect of like to finish, velo kiliti, the conjunction velo and not, plus the PL perfect of kala, to finish, to destroy, like to consume. So I did not destroy, I did not finish off. And then that's kind of intensifying that action. Like possible total annihilation was on the table, possibly. And then this act is what turns away God's wrath from it.
Yeah, nice. Oh, and that act, by the way, was the stabbing of the Israelite man and the Midianite woman. You didn't get to read that part. We read about that last time. So
yeah,
yeah,
that was when the spear went through the both of them, and because before you mentioned that we were starting at 10, of course I started at 1. When you just mentioned Numbers 25, I started at 1, and I was like, oh, we're gonna, and then you were like, oh, we're gonna do 10 on. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's less work I have to do. That's okay. Yeah. That's fine with me. No, it's okay.
Yeah. So, by the way,
I like
Simone
that the function of this is. Oh, hello.
So and Simone is tuning in from her new place, which is good.
Oh, mazel.
So, yeah.
I like that the theological function here is almost like that human violence can reflect the divine will and even stop divine wrath, and like secure like communal like survival almost.
Yeah. Well, this is something that we learned from Dr. Jones when he was here the last couple of weeks, is that this was an important feature of establishing your priestly legitimacy in the pre-exilic period was the violence, the
violence. Yeah,
priests enacted their authority through just violent gestures, and and Phinehas becomes kind of important for that in this text.
Yeah,
so,
that's exactly that's what I wrote here, was this text is legitimizing the priestly violence as covenantal necessity.
Yeah. So, and there's other texts in the Bible that are doing this same thing too. But this is one of them. Okay. Do you have anything else on verse 11?
No, no, for me,
Cool.
that's it.
Awesome. I think maybe both 12 and 13 are both kind of short. So I think maybe I will just read both of those together as well.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Lacain Edmore hinni notain lo et biditi shalom. Vahayata lo ul zaro acharav berit kehunat olam tachat asher kine leol kine leelohav vayakaper al bnei Yisrael. All right. Going back up to verse 12. I'm sorry, that's like I have forgotten to use the cursor for every single verse so far. I'm gonna get this right at one of these times. So so then, Lachain, say, see, I am giving to him. This is Yahweh speaking to Moses and telling him to say. This is what Yahweh says. See, I am giving to him. That would be Phinehas. I'm giving to him my covenant of peace. And it shall be for him and for his offspring, not for his semen, for his offspring. After him, a covenant of the eternal priesthood. Takat Asher is like you ordinarily. This is like under or instead of. I guess in this case, an expression of because he was jealous for his God, and he atoned on behalf of the sons of Israel. Excuse me, my throat. All right. The verbs here. This is the first one. Etmor is this is a cow, imperative, masculine, singular. And if there's any of my my first year students, we know how this works, right? With the imperative, and we can see this. I'm just gonna pull up. There we go. Pull that one up. We'll go to the Hebrew board. The way, go back here. No, don't like that either. Just fixing my pen. Okay. So this is the this is the second person imperfect form, masculine singular, of Amar in the cow. When you are making an imperative, the easiest way to remember how to do this is just to oh, that one's really thin too. To remove that that verbal prefix, the whole thing, the consonant and the vowel. Of course, the vowel can't stand on its own, and you end up with emor here. So say, as in you, Moses, say this thing. So that's the first verb, and then we have here notain from the verbal root natan. This is a cow, masculine singular participle, and I think in this case, this is probably functioning as a like a present tense verb in the situation. The next one we have is vahayata, is a cow, perfect, third feminine singular verb with the vav conjunctive, or sorry, I believe that's actually it's probably a vav consecutive. That looks like a vav conjunctive. Let me see how it's tagged. This is verse 13, right? So, yeah, it's a vav
13.
consecutive. Yeah. Okay. And then we have the last one. Oh, no, we have two more verbs here. Next, we have kine, which is a PL, perfect, third masculine singular verb. Notice the vowel pattern here, the heric in the pre-tonic position with the first letter there, and the doubled second radical, the noon here is doubled with a Dongish forte. This is not a Begad Kafat letter. These are classic signs of the PL. And then finally we have another PL imperfect, third masculine singular vav consecutive from kafar, which means to atone. And yeah, so this is the priest Phinehas making, it's literally performing a ritual act which satisfies or appeases the wrath of Yahweh, which is what atonement is all about when it comes to sacrifices in the text. And this is, I guess, I had never, I talk a fair bit about human sacrifice and child sacrifice in the biblical text, and this is a text that has not entered that discussion for me, but it absolutely should, I think, because that's precisely what it says happened here. Phinehas commits murder. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be murder in this case. He kills two people, and Yahweh declares this to be an atonement performed by a priest.
Mm-hmm.
Importantly, so I don't know. This is what it is. This is just what it is.
And it's redefining atonement outside of temple ritual. So it's
that's true.
It's this atonement that's happening outside of the temple itself, outside of where you would normally go for your atonement in the first place.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I think that's that was verse 13. We continue with verse 14, and I got my cursor ready.
Okay. So. And I can blow it up so I can see it. So I love that.
Very good.
Beshem ish Yisrael hamukeh asher huka et ha midyant Zimri ben Salu nasi bet av la Shimoni. So the name of the man of Yisrael, the one struck dead, who was struck dead with the Midianite woman Zimri, son of Salu, leader of a father house of Shimonites.
Nice.
Did I say that one last? Shimonites, yes. Let's see, where am I at?
I think we just have the two.
Where's my? Yeah, I'm going down to it. We have the passive participle in the hamukeh. And yeah, I have to scroll down. Whereas the other one, I just flip it over. And then we have the hookah, which is the passive perfect. It's like a repetition of these passive forms, focusing on the fact of like almost being killed rather than the act itself. It has that justification of the violence. Then we have the identification of the victim. So now we're having this thing move from one piece. To me, it moves into almost like a memory. Now we're naming who the victims are post what's happened. We don't get to know who they are until afterwards. I find that interesting because we don't really know much about them to begin with. And it gets even more interesting when we get into who the woman is, because who is this woman? You know, she gets to be named, but that's about it.
Yeah, we spent some time talking. There's lots of speculation among scholars who this woman might be. One of the really interesting proposals, which Jordan does not agree with, I don't think I do either. But one of the really interesting proposals is that the Midianite woman is actually the wife of Moses, who would be Zipporah. But
Really?
yeah. So and in the drama, and part of this too, right? Because the text says that the man took the woman, and specifically says like in front of Moses and in front of the people who were gathered at the tent of meeting. But at that point, at that point in the story, she's unnamed, she's unidentified. But it's very interesting. So, but I don't think, yeah, I think we'll get to her name in the next verse, which there's some interesting elements of it too. You probably have some things to say about that as well. So I just wanted to point out that this is the participle here is definite. It's got the definite article attached to it here. We can see that with the hey and the patach and the doubling of the first radical. So yeah, I think that's it, right?
Strangely enough, that the word patach in Klingon means something else entirely.
True. Yes, that's true. I don't remember what it means. My friend Dapper.
Part.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's a woman's part, and I very quickly, the only reason I know this is I used to go to when I lived in Vegas. I used to go to Quark's Bar and Grill, and they had actors who did Klingon and spoke Klingon, and I was learning Klingon, and I had a date, and I meant to say that the date was not my parmakai, which is, you know, your partner, and I instead said he was not my pitach. In Klingon, yeah. And so the guy started laughing at me, and I was like, wait, parmakai.
That is just really crass, Chana. Mind you, you've been here every time you're here. It's something, isn't it? So
I know it's something with me. If it's not Klingon, it's something.
I'm just not going to be surprised anymore.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be.
No. Okay, so that was verse 14. Verse 15. V'shem ha'isha ha'muka ha'midianit Cosby bat zur rosh umot bait of b'midian hu. And the name of the stabbed woman, the Midianite woman who was stabbed, was Cosby, daughter of Tsur, the head of the people of the house of the father, of the house of a father in Midian. He was the head of the people of the house of a father in Midian. So this third masculine singular independent pronoun here is providing the subject for the entire clause. It's just very inconvenient that it appears at the very end of the phrase of this verbless clause here. So and we just have the one verb repeated. It's the passive form of nakah. It's a whole fall probably, and so a whole fall masculine participle. Notice that the noon in the root has assimilated as it does because it's weak, and you have that's why you've got the dogish here in the cough, and it's definite. So it's prefixed with the hey and the patach. And I think that's it. Now, what I find really interesting about Cosby on its own, the root of Cosby is kazav, which is the verb in Hebrew. One of the meanings of the verb means to lie. It's almost like calling her the liar, liar, daughter of Tzur. And Tzur is interesting. It appears as a name just in this text, and then in two more places. I believe it's in Chronicles. There's a guy named Tzur. But where it just the word itself most of the time means rock or mountain, big boulder, and it's applied very frequently to Yahweh himself. This is a designation for Yahweh, and a lot. He's called this repeatedly in the Song of Moses, especially, and there's a number of psalms where Yahweh is identified as Tzur. I don't know what to make of that here. But given that there's priestly polemics at work within this text, I think there's a possibility that these elements are playing into that. The lying daughter of Tzur, of this god figure. So I don't know. What do you have?
I find that interesting.
Kinda.
No, I think that's interesting. Like I just was really kind of found interesting that that's all we get to know, obviously, about the woman, is that she is of elite status of some sort. But that's really it. And I love that you pointed out that, you know, her name really comes down to this idea of liar or lying, and the way that you talked about this Tzur was interesting to me too, because that seems almost like, are we talking about a lying daughter of this, like you said, of this god personification? So that's interesting to me. I did not actually catch that, so I love that you did. And then this focus to me is like, oh no, please.
No, I was just going to say that I cheated because that's something. This is I muse a little bit about this in a footnote in the book that I wrote. So at the time that I was writing the book, I did some legwork on that a number of months ago. So
that's not cheating.
It's kind of cheating. So.
And Simone says, I bet the Zohar has some interesting stuff on that. And now I'm going to have to look. In fact, I'm going to make myself a note. I'm making myself a little note to
excellent
check in on that, because
excellent.
Where are we? Oh yeah, we're at 16, right?
So I think we're at 16, and we just finished a section there too, right? We've got a big break with the Patucha here, the open section break. Oh, and just read both 16 and 17, because it's really,
I was gonna say, because we just it's short again, and it's basically the same as what we start with. Vadaber Adonai El Moshe Lemor. That's literally what we did already. It's starting again. You know, Adonai spoke to Moshe, saying, and the following. So we have again with the Vav consecutive imperfect, like that. Vadabear, and then Lamor, the infinitive construct. And that's like a fixed formula. And he spoke, like I mentioned earlier, thus saith the Lord, thus, God spoke to Moses and said, say thusly to the people, etc. Oh my gosh, this one is short too.
Oh, it is really short.
So when we get into 17, Sarah
18 is really big.
Ha Midiamim, Behikatem Atam, like harry or attack, harass the Midianites and strike them. So let me come down here because I have all those up there. We have the Sarar, which is, why do I have these split up like this? I got to get better at writing this. I got to do this more often. So I'm doing this more often.
Oh, okay.
So this is
All right.
to bind, to treat as enemy. I don't mean just with you. I mean just in general. Like this is good practice for me and good work for me. And that's the second male plural, like to treat as enemies, to harass, to harry, like show hostility. It's not passive dislike. This is active, like sustained. I never say this word right, even though I write it fine. Enmity. Oh, look at me go. And
animosity.
Then our second one.
Enmity? It was enmity, I think, right?
No,
that's the one.
Enmity. Is that how you say that? Thank you.
How do you spell it? E-N-M-I-T-Y?
E-N-M-I-T-Y?
Yeah, enmity.
Enmity. Oh,
there you go.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
I'm learning things too. I love it.
Nice.
And then you have the, let me blow this up. Vehikitim, the perfect with Vav, like command continuation, almost like future, like military directive, like to get them, to strike them.
Yeah.
What else do I have? Like, I also see that to me as almost like a collective command, because even though like it is based on what we see previously, this Midianite and Israelite woman, now you're going to go forth to all the Midianites and you're going to strike them. Like almost collective violence justified by this divine command.
Mm-hmm. When I was I was doing a little bit of prep today in the biblical Hebrew Discord at Digital Hammurabi. So if you've taken a class with either Josh or me, you have access to the Discord, and quite often I'll hop in there to do some work. And people are welcome to hang out when I do. But we were sort of sorting through on this particular verse the singular imperative at the beginning, tzarur, and then followed up by the plural verb, right? Vehikitem. And I'm not entirely sure what the rationale for that is. In this case, and we translated this like it's how did you translate it? The verse?
Oh heck, hold on.
Sorry.
I gotta go back up here. No, it's completely okay. Where did I go past it? I think I did. I went past it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I have it as like harass or harry the Midianites and strike them.
Harass the Midianites and strike them. So even though this is often what happens with vav, with the conjunctive vav, where it's carrying forward the aspect or the sense of the previous verb, which in this case is an imperative, right? Vehikitim is a perfect. It's a perfect, and it's a plural verb. So but it has the enforcement of it, this imperative, this imperatival sense again, even though it's not imperatival in form. I think that's what's going on here, but I'm not entirely sure what to do with the switch between the singular and the plural, or what the explanation for that is. You could see this as like Sarur is, directed at Moses. I feel like my smoke alarm is sounding. I wonder if it's because the battery. It sounds like a dead battery sound. I better get that looked at. Can you hear that when it goes? It's very loud.
I only heard it the one time, but so I don't know if it's done it prior to, but
it's like 3 times now. It sounded, and that means I need to fix it before I go to bed. So, at some point tonight. So, it could be that the first part, the tsarur, is directed by Yahweh to Moses, the singular, and then strike them down is directed towards like the people collectively of Israel, right?
See,
and maybe that's
sort of how
as
I
simple as
see
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where
So,
I take it from, the singular. This is what I'm telling Moses to the collective. Go forth and do.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking hold on. Just a second. Oh, all right. Okay. So unless there's anything more on verse 17, we shall just move on to verse 18. Ki tzorarim hem lachem benik lehem asher niklu lachem al devar peor va'al devar Cosby bat Nasi Midian Achotam Hamuka Beyom Hamagefa. Yeah, that's right. Bayom Hamagefa al Debar Peor. Okay. So strike the Midianites dead, because they harassed, or they're the ones who harassed or attacked you with like their trickery, by which they tricked you it's like on the word of Peor, in the incident of Peor. The word davar usually just means word, but there are a handful of instances in the Bible where it means like thing, or instance, or matter, something like that. So it's like the Peor matter. And in the because of the matter of Cosby, daughter of the chief of Midian, their sister, who was stabbed or smitten or killed on the day of the plague, again, concerning the incident of Peor, or the matter of Peor. All those al clauses make this a bit clumsy, because it doesn't feel natural using that preposition for these phrases. But so the verbs tsaror is another cal imperative, masculine singular from sarar. Oh wait, no, we did that. That was verse 17. So tzorarim is a cal participle masculine plural from the same root, tsaror. And there's probably some intentional play on happening here with the name, right? the bat sword with tsorad and sarur. So yeah, that's a participle. And then we have niklu is a PL, perfect, masculine plural. From Nakal. Did I say PL? Yeah, I did. I think I got all that right.
Yeah, you did.
To trick. And then I think, oh yeah, we have another one of these Hamuka, which is the hofal. It's the passive form of Nakha, with the definite article attached to it, prefix to it. So that's it. After the men, Jason's giving me some
After the men are
Magafa. It's Magafa, stress on the ultima. Thanks. Yeah. I mess those up a lot. So appreciate it. Okay, I think that's it for verse 18. And I have to actually turn the page here. So turn that off. All right. Oh, geez. Verse 19 is only like 3 words, apparently. So there we go. Do you wanna finish up here with
what? I stopped at 18 because I didn't think.
Oh, did you? Okay. I can read it if you want. It's good. It's cool. Okay. Vayhi achere ha magafa. Oh, was that better? I hope that was better, Jace. And it was after the plague. Just so you know, and it feels to me, it kind of feels like this last clause here is like an editorial note, just trying to make sense of the way these various traditions of the Baal Peor incident have been stitched together. It's just the clarifying point here that all of like the Phinehas stuff happened after they killed all the men who were sleeping with the Moabite women, which was, way back at the beginning of the story. And the only verb here we have, he, is a cal imperfect third masculine singular with the vav consecutive from haya, which means it's to be, the copulative verb. So I think that's it. And
it's funny to me that normally I go way past what we end up doing, and this time I was short by 1.
So this is but it's interesting. Jace points this out. Like the usual way we would translate this, right, is and it came to pass after the plague, expecting something to follow, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Jason's wondering if it should be joined to chapter 26, and maybe it should be.
That's how I see it
because if it came to pass after the plague, Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, Elazar ben Acharon ha-Kohen lemar. So yeah, he, Yahweh said to Moses and to Elazar, son of Aaron, the priest. So maybe that's probably it. Actually, I wonder why or how that ended up getting attached to the preceding chapter.
And that's how I see it, is attached to 26 in my Torah, is how it attaches itself to 26.
So noise ending point notes too, that on Sepharia, what you had for verse 19 is the beginning of 26 verse 1. Interesting.
Right in 26.
So that's probably, I wonder if that's It's probably a Masoretic thing, is my guess. And of course, we don't have any Judean desert manuscripts of this particular passage. What does the Septuagint do here? So, oh, I'm in Exodus 21 for some reason. Oh, I know why. It's because I'm working on a video, which has to do with slavery, of course. Okay. So, Numbers 25:19. Yeah, it just attaches Kaya Geneto Meta Tain Plaguein. So it attaches that to chapter 26. Interesting. All right. Well, I highlighted a couple of other questions here and comments. Boone Say, another one of my Hebrew students. Do we know what the name Moses means or where it came from? We know it's possibly an Egyptian name, but more likely somebody trying to convince you that it's an Egyptian name. It's a common element in a lot of Egyptian names. You can hear it in Tut Moshe, Tut Moses, or that's the one that I'm most familiar with. There's a bunch of other names of the pharaohs that have the same element in it. Something that we talked about a little bit, Jordan and I, the last couple weeks, was that within there is one of the features of these older priestly polemics is determining the legitimacy of the Mushites versus the Aaronites, and the Mushites or the Levitical priests. The Levitical line within the Hebrew Bible text, a lot of them have names that either sound like they're trying to be Egyptian or they're actual Egyptian names. So we talked a bit about Phinehas is a name that is possibly Egyptian, as is Moses, and trying to think of some of the other ones. And it's not ringing a bell, but that's one of the things, is that Levites who are named in the in like the Torah portions of the text, Levites that are actually named in stories that are in the Torah quite often will have these Egyptian sounding names. So what does that mean? No one's sure. There's a lot of interesting guesses about who the Levites were and how they were understood relative to the rest of the body of the tribes of Israel. So, but thanks for the question. A couple comments here from Jace. This coming week's Torah portion is Bamidbar. He uses a lot of al to mean beside. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Makes me think of Zechariah's al kaso, beside his throne. Cool. Is that would be, are those in the am I getting that right? I think I am. Are those in the visions of the priest in the in the heavenly court when the Satan comes and accuses him? Does this have to do with the visions of the priest Joshua? Let me know. And he points out John C. Cook calls verbs like vahayata irreal. Perfect. Cool. Thanks. And noise ending, just noticed that you have Shock's headphones, which he also uses for meetings. You can still hear yourself, which is awesome. So, let's see, I've probably got a couple more here.
Yeah, I can't do anything. I can't do anything without earbuds in, just because I have almost no hearing in my left ear whatsoever. So this side is useless. But I found that because these are bone conductors, it actually, I can end up hearing a little bit more because of the bone conduction than if I just had earbuds.
Yeah, right. Jason notes another one of these Egyptian names with the Moshe element in it. Ramesses. Apparently, because Moses was drawn out of the water, his adoptee named him Moses Moshe in Hebrew from a verb mashah, to draw out. Well, that's the explanation on the part of the writer. Scholars generally reject that's actually the historical sense of the usage of the name when the story was first told or written. And Jay says, well, maybe the Levites were the real Exodus people who began to accompany the Israelites and the Judahites in the land. Yeah, and this is kind of where I go with this. The name Levi comes from the verb Louis, which means to attach. They're the attached ones, right? And they're a landless tribe, just kind of wandering around, and you have to look after them because they don't have a part of the traditional inheritance. Okay, so he points out it's the verse that Christians use to say that the Messiah would be both king and priest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a problematic this is a problematic text in Zechariah. Maybe we should look at that next time. It's either Zechariah 3 or Zechariah 6. But maybe.
Well, I'll definitely show up for that and watch.
Yeah. Hey, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, and you're absolutely welcome. Maybe you could come back and read too. So, but I think we're done for today. Do you want to just let everyone know who you are, plug your pluggables, what's going on in your life on the tubes?
If you don't know who I am, it looks like most people do. My name is Rabbi Chana. I go by that Rebel Rabbi. I have for years. You can find me on all the places. I'm on Instagram, the TikTok, and I always have to say because it irritates my children. And what other use is there for motherhood other than to irritate your children?
That's right. So yeah.
I'm on the TikTok. I'm on here on YouTube. I'm learning. I've been slowly learning how to use StreamYard so that I can actually do similar. Probably not reading Hebrew the way that Kipp does, but I do have interviewees that I would love to start doing, possibly live or stuff like that. But I'm kind of a slow learner, so I'm getting myself acclimated. But if you are interested in my takes, I have some pretty interesting. The way that I translate and the way that I interpret the text is not standard Judaism. Let me just say that. So if you're interested in that, that's where you can find me, because that is what I do. I do a lot through the lens of possibility of queer readings like Jonathan and David. And I lean in a lot to the scholarship. Whereas I can say, we don't know for sure that David and Jonathan were lovers, but we cannot say with impunity that they were not. So I don't, but I do talk about people being reflected in the text, things like that. So if that is something that interests you, actual rabbi, I am an actual rabbi. Yes. And women rabbis make up about 36% of the rabbinate as of right now. And in fact, I'm a Sephardi rabbi, and a dear friend of mine who you've probably seen on here, Vishanti. She is a Sephardi woman who is studying for the rabbinate as we speak.
That's
and
right.
She's going to be wonderful. So I love it. And that's it. That's where you'll find me. If you like merch, you can find links in my bio for things that say like these hands are rated E for Elohim. I stole one from Kipp, but I give him deference. It says I fucking love the Bible, and underneath it does say Kipp Davis. It
It's
does.
very good.
It
I
says
love
Kipp
it.
Davis.
Oh.
I have a few that say like I'm a Lashon Hara survivor. You know, I get a little cheeky with some of my merch. But that's it. That's actual rabbi.
Awesome. Well, I feel like this is very, very pertinent, Rabbi Chana. I beg your pardon and forgiveness.
Are there female rabbis?
Yeah. So, yes.
Are
I didn't actually mean to do it again. So.
There absolutely are. Yes, I'm very lucky to be one of them. I have 2 women who are rabbinical students of mine, and I have one trans person who is a student of mine, and I am more than proud of each one of them. They're going to be great, and I know Vishanti is going to make an absolute beautiful addition to the rabbinate.
Yeah, she is. She's a star already. So, yeah. Oh, Jace points out here that both of his converting rabbis were women. Very nice. So,
Mazel. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So me.
Yeah, IT can stop Googling if there are women rabbis. Absolutely.
I get that some people have to do that. They have to use the Googles to answer their stupid questions, but you shouldn't do that in the middle of a live stream in front of like hundreds of people watching. You really shouldn't. It makes you look super, super dumb. It really does. So, yeah. Anyways, good. Simone's got extremely difficult halakhic questions for Vish when she's finished, just to make things difficult for her. Thank you, Simone. And
can I be around for that? I would love to hear this.
So Simone is just all about making things difficult for all of us, and I appreciate it, and we love you for it, Simone. So for me, I will be back tomorrow. I'm excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow's exciting. I was contacted by a friend of mine who's she's one of the science friends. Maddie from Science Side Up. She's an actual meteorologist, and she's got a lot of training in physics and math as well. And she is coming onto my channel because she contacted me and told me how badly she wants to come and hang out with me and make fun of Wes Huff. Because in addition to having just terrible Bible takes, Wes Huff also has terrible science takes. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. Maddie from Science Side Up is here, and we're going to be looking at some bad science takes mixed with some bad Bible takes from West, because that's how these guys roll, right? They take their bad science and then they just mash it in with the bad Bible stuff. They just can't help themselves. So that's tomorrow, 2:00 Pacific, 5:00
That's
Eastern.
Exciting.
I know, right? It's good. It's very good. And then on Saturday, I will be on Dapper Dinosaur's channel at noon Pacific, doing something. I don't know what it's going to be something. And then Saturday night is an episode of Budget Scripture Saturday, which is often my favorite show because it's just fun and silly. And I'll be back with my co-hosts, Dr. Tapioca Weasel and Nitty. And I think that's everything for me before we see you again next week. So
I want to just say that I'm going to have to watch that based on Dr. Tapioca. Just that alone makes me want to watch.
Dr. Tapioca Weasel? Dr. Tapioca Weasel is a I say I'll do it right. Nobody's, and don't tell him. None of you guys. You tell him that I did this, but he's an atomic physicist, like an actual atomic physicist working at Stanford. He gets to play with lasers all day, and yeah, so he comes and hangs out with me and smokes pot and makes fun of bad Bible videos. He's great. He's also on another show.
I love it.
My favorite show called Bad Science Sunday, and I just completely ripped off my entire concept from Bad Science Sunday, and he and Maya Atkinson do generally the same thing, but with like bad science. They take a comedic approach to debunking science on the internet. It's very, very good. So yeah. Anyways, I guess that's it. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Thank you, Rabbi Chana, for reading with me as usual.
Always.
And we'll see you guys around. And until next time, until tomorrow, right? Because you all gotta come back tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Hot take 5.